yeah. So these stripes are gonna look weird, but anyway, yeah. So not really big to rejections or not doing well. And the problem is when you go for work, nobody tells you what you're failing at. Nobody tells you, oh, you wasn't employed because of such and such reason. When like you get a rejection letter, it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't need you. They don't tell you why you wasn't chosen, so like you don't know what to do. You really just don't know. And trust me, like to all the parents out there, you probably won't even get a job now, no matter how long you've been working for, which is the sad thing about it. But to all the parents out there, stupid parents out there who's literally just saying like their child's afraid of work or too lazy to get work or stuff like that, like go and fill out an application. Don't put down your experience or anything. Just fill out an application with no experience whatsoever. Try that, alright? Try that, and then wait some 60 and 90 days later for them to tell you, okay, we don't need you. And then, like, you won't even get a reason why on your return. Oh, it's because I don't have experience. Well, no, duh, idiot. But the question is, how do you get experience? Because even entry-level jobs require you to have 6 months of experience, which makes no sense. They're entry-level. You don't require experience for entry-level jobs. Alright? So how do you get a job then, huh, genius? Because entry-level jobs require 6 months of experience. Yeah, requires 6 months of experience, which you don't have. And like you're thinking, well, what do I do then? Okay. And while you're thinking, what do you do? Try and remember your son or daughter who you said was too lazy to find a job or scared to find a job. What's he supposed to think? Okay. How the heck do you get 6 months of experience for an entry level job if nobody wants to hire you in the first place? Okay. Yeah, think about that, smarties. Oh, and as for the reference, you can't use family members as a reference. So what the heck? Use some weird looking stripes, but yeah, what the heck? If you can't use a family member as a reference, a person is gonna know you like from what the time you was born to how you are now, know practically your whole life story, practically be the best person to explain to somebody else like who you are and what you can do. What do you do? I'm sorry, but yeah, what do you do? Because probably the best person to represent you can't even use because that's a family member. Okay. Teachers are like too busy worried about keeping their own job to worry about you. Because some states, Jersey, is over firing teachers like you don't need them. Especially Republicans who believe, oh, class size don't matter. You can go and put like 50 people in one class in a public school. Because they don't use public schools, first of all. They use private schools. And it's like, if you use a private school, which everybody can't afford, they cost money. That's kind of the reason why we use public schools in the first place. Well, you're not going to know class size does matter. Because you can't cram 40 kids in one room and expect them all to learn at the same pace just fine. Okay, you have a small batch of school, you can micromanage. Like if you have a small company with only like 8 employees, then you can go and ask each one, okay, why are you not working the way I want you to work? Or do you need any accommodation so you can work at 100% efficiency? That's something you can only do with a small company. You have a big company, you can't do that. You have some 100-something employee and you got like 50 of them messing up. You can't go to all 50 and find out what it is. Well, that's the same thing with a class. You only have like 10 people in the room. You can go and talk to like 5 of them if they're messing up and figure out what you need to do to fix it. But if you have 50, how the heck are you supposed to do that? Because while you're spending time with one child, you got 3 kids who want to learn, 3 kids who don't want to learn nothing, but you're spending all this time trying to teach the one kid who do wants to learn but having a problem doing so, and you're thinking to yourself, well, why not just make the class smaller? You have less kids to deal with. You can get to more of them. That's one. If you need to, and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, students nowadays aren't prepared for rejection. We're not learning how to be salesperson. Businesses are looking for skilled employees because they don't want to train their employees, even though they have training programs. And it's like, basically, nobody in the U.S. is working to get the employment down. While we're expecting the president to do this and do that, there's stuff like we can literally be doing to help out that companies just don't want to do. Like, for instance, if you have a training program for your cashiers and it's your salesperson, why not use it? Okay? Wait a second, does that even, then this one, and this one. But, yeah. That is one weird looking flag, but oh well, leave it. And point being is that you have companies who don't want to use their training programs. They don't want to find new employees. They want employees who already know what they're doing because they don't want to train. And you have students who just don't know that. And you can't just say, well, go to college. College ain't cheap. College is not free. And it's like, nowadays, college prices is just going up and up. For some reason, I don't even know why it's just going up and up. Even though more students want to go to college, they want to like learn more because nowadays computers are not optional. Everybody needs to know computers. Nowadays, education is not optional. Everybody's got to be smart. But colleges are just going like, we're going to raise our prices. For whatever reason. And then they're wondering, like, why is our admission rates going down? What do you think? Like, what do you honestly think would happen if you raise your prices for no reason? Okay? What do you think was going to happen? That people just go, yeah, hey, they raised the prices, let's all go here because it costs more now. No. So yeah, and like, no offense to any college students or anybody thinking about going to college, think about this. When you go to college and you pull out all those student loans, right? One, nobody's going to help you pay them back except for you. Two, you get a 6-month grace period, which is bullcrap. You need a lot more time nowadays. Three, if you don't start paying that back, that gets interest over time. I mean, yeah, after your 6 months grace period, it's just going to collect interest. Alright? What number that was on? 3, yeah. And 4, nowadays, colleges, okay, like the percentage of their students who just goes out and have a job, sometimes before or after graduation, is decreasing, right? This is one incredibly crappy flag. I should burn it and pretend I never tried to put this up. Yeah, I'm gonna burn this flag and put up a banner instead, but alright. But yeah, think about this, alright? Nowadays, less students who go to colleges are getting jobs. Those student loans you have to take out for college, well, nobody's gonna have to pay them back except for you. They collect interest if you don't pay them, and late fees if you do start paying them, but you're late on paying them. And, well, you're not, oh yeah, you're also not guaranteed a job once you get out of college. So you gotta think about yourself. What did you put yourself to the stress for, knowing that you can't afford a college? You might not get the scholarships you want because scholarships are just decreasing in both volumes and size. It's like the amount you get from a scholarship as well as the size of the scholarship is decreasing. They're also getting harder to get. Some people are saying like, oh, students are not even applying for certain of these scholarships. Well, some of these scholarships are ridiculous. It's like a $500 scholarship might require you to to go and like do 60 hours of community service and write an essay and do public experience. I mean, do like a write an essay and have like good grades. And you're thinking like I have to do all this for $500 scholarship. That's like what, one book when I get to college. And then I have to go and stockpile these things. You also got to think about that. Like you have to stockpile these small scholarships so they equal up to something bigger that would actually pay off some of your school. Alright? And not only that, but you have to keep a public experience. You gotta go and talk to somebody, who knows, like a counselor or whatever, is gonna try to keep up with you. And like, what? And you're thinking to yourself, well, what? Like, one, you have to focus on school. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You have to focus on school. And like, it's like, one, the school's already stressed enough. Two, you have these small scholarships demanding more and more from you that bigger scholarships aren't. Like, once you get a big scholarship, they're done with you. Just take the money, do what you gotta do. I mean, personally, if you can, try to get the Bill Gates scholarship. If you're like, if you're a woman, try to get the Oprah scholarship. But anyway, like those big money scholarships, they're hard to find. They're asking for more now. And even the small money scholarships are hard to find. They're asking for more. And it's like, nobody's gonna help you out with this schoolwork. Nobody knows what you're going through. 1, 2,